Alrighty, March Madness is upon us, but what I find is madness is I haven't done a what your whatever says about you since October. October is like the 10th month, I think. January, February, March, April. I don't feel like counting. It's like the 10th month, and it is now March, obviously. So it's been almost half of a year since the last time I did a what your whatever. So, as you can tell by the title, that's why you're here. We're doing what your favorite Elden Ring location says about you. And no, I'm not gonna just try and find every single location and be like, well, Stormvale Castle, and Volcano Manor, and Mogwin Palace, and Mogwin's Arena, and all of that, alright? Like, we're kind of be hitting, like, specifics here. We'll be talking Limgrave, Weeping Peninsula, we probably will do Lake of Rot, but like, you get the point. Anyway, we're going to start off with Weeping Peninsula. I don't want to start off with the beginning because that's lame. Okay? What also is lame is Weeping Peninsula. If you actually enjoy Weeping Peninsula, you are high out of your mind. You had to be high playing this game. Because Weeping Peninsula is so boring, and it only rains. It is rainy, boring, cold. Like, the one boss there gives, like, the Lord of the Rings sword or whatever. Like, that's kind of cool. His boss fight's annoying. How to get to him is annoying. Like, I'm not a fan of Weeping Peninsula, so you gotta be high if Weeping Peninsula is your favorite. But, honestly, let's get Limgrave out of the way. Alright, honestly, Limgrave, if this is your favorite location, absolute respect, okay? I love Limgrave. It's really it feels like Dark Souls. Like, it reminds me of Dark Souls, how the map layout, and it's, like, the opening is very similar to Dark Souls in a sense where, like, that first bonfire area next to that little caravan of bandits or whatever gets your first, like, actual taste of fighting, similar to how going into the undead parish or something. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I don't know. Limgrave, if you like Limgrave, absolute respect. Like, I totally get that. Like, Limgrave is a solid location with a lot of fun stuff to open up this huge, huge game. Leonia. Alright. I feel like Leonia, like, it's a cool location, but it's almost too big. And I'm not a huge fan, like, you've got to be, like, an aquatic lover. Because the amount of sniper crabs in Leonia is beyond ridiculous. It is stupid ridiculous. And, like, they are dead shot accurate. Like, I don't know what we're feeding those crabs. They might as well be cocaine crabs for all I know. But those things, they are nutty. Like, they put it in work. But this is, like, one thing where, like, inside of Leonia, there's Raya Lucaria's Academy. I'm going to talk about Raya Lucaria separately, because I feel like it needs to be. But Leonia, it's too big. I'm not a huge fan of it. And honestly, if Leonia is your favorite, like, I guess that's okay. But you're also wrong. And might actually be the first Souls game you've ever played. And then speaking of Leonia, we're going to do Raya Lucaria Academy. Beautiful, beautiful aesthetic. It was one of my first, like, wow moments in the game, where you just walk in and you see this huge, like, moonlit academy. Like, it is gorgeous. Like, I can tell you really appreciate, like, the aesthetic and the work that they put into designing this place, because it is beautiful. And not to mention, it holds a really, really interesting and unique boss fight that I really enjoyed with Renala. But if you really do like Raya Lucaria, a lot of respect, you probably really like the aesthetic of it, and I get that. It's like if you're on an acid trip while running 104 fever, nothing can go wrong. Caelid, if Caelid's your favorite, like, sure. Caelid and Dragonborough, I'm going to keep in the same thing, because they're practically the same. They're both just this gloomy red haze of, like, death. I'm like, why? Is Caelid actually your favorite, or do you just like the one dragon to get free souls or whatever? Like, ruins. But, I don't know. If Caelid / Dragonborough is your favorite, you need to pick something else, because you're not, no. Just no. It sucks. Altus Plateau, I actually really enjoy Altus Plateau. The Grand Lift of Dectus is freaking awesome. Get the two halves of the Dectus medallion, and you go up this huge lift. I love the aesthetic of it, and I love how you get there. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot to say about Altus. I like how it kind of brightens up the world a little bit before you burn it to the ground. But I don't know. Altus Plateau, pretty solid. I like it. Mount Gelmir, it's not really my favorite. It has Volcano Manor in it, according to the Elden Ring wiki. Because I haven't exactly explored all of Elden Ring, but apparently Volcano Manor is in Mount Gelmir. So that definitely brings it up some points, but I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of it. Outskirts of the capital, it's alright. It feels really limited, and then, like, oh, the freaking Draconic Tree Sentinel is an asshole, and you have to beat him to move on, and it is so annoying. It is so annoying. Lanedale, I mean, it's there. It's just kind of like boss fight after boss fight to progress the game, which is kind of annoying, but there's not really anything you can do about that. Mountaintop of the Giants. I'm going to do Mountaintop and Consecrated Snowfield together, just because I feel like it. Because it's snow, and I freaking hate snow, I hate winter, and I hate being cold. And for that reason alone, you're probably some skier like, oh my goodness, the game concluded snow. Wow, this is so quirky. No. Just no. Okay? Snow equals not good. Okay? Pick a different location, please. Please. Crumbling Fair Missoula. I'm going to do Crumbling Fair Missoula and the Lake of Rot together. Because if these two... Okay, you're like, how is he going to connect this? This doesn't make any sense. Like, if Crumbling Fair Missoula or Lake of Rot are your two favorite locations, you've got to be on something. And, like, you got to be seriously on something. These places are like the Blight Town or Tomb of the Giants in Dark Souls 1. Like, those places freaking suck. They suck. They're awful to go through. Awful. And so, honestly, you have to hate yourself and hate the game for these places to be your favorite place. Like, honestly. And then let's just end it off on a nice easy note. Round Table Hold. For some reason, it gets bigger and bigger. Like the other day I was exploring, and there's like 4 stone key gates that I went through. It just kept going, and I got some like useless items or whatever. There's that one invader fight. Like, honestly, it's like a worse Firelink. So you probably like it because it reminds you of Firelink Shrine, but it's not. Pick an actual location, not freaking Round Table Hold. Anyway, love you. Bye-byes. Bye-byes.